Stop being a shitty person. Just kidding, maybe. Let's really talk about it though. Welcome to the vlog. Here. Hi, my name is Courtney. I am your online self-growth cheerleader, and I'm here to help you mold yourself into being a better person, being more productive, being more disciplined, and today we're going to talk about how to not be a shitty person. I've kind of asked around to some people in my community about what they think makes someone an actively shitty person so that we can just kind of talk about it, because I feel like in these situations, some things that we do, you're just on autopilot and you don't realize that it's actually really pissing someone off. It's actually like really hurting someone's feelings. It could be offending someone. It could just be like, hey, you're a jackass, stop doing that. And you don't recognize it until someone points it out to you. So that's what this video is for. Especially with like the amount of negativity in this world, the amount of hate, the amount of war, crime, literally everything. I just feel like this video is necessary to bring some more light and love and positivity, like recognizing any negative actions that you're taking and being like, you know what, I do that. That's not the best of me. Let's change. Let's work on that change. Actively changing yourself to be a better person. Self-growth, baby. It's self-growth and we love it. I just really think that all of us could use that like little reality check. Even me, I still think that there's some things that I do that maybe piss someone off, or maybe I get more agitated in a situation than I need to, and I'm still actively working on that. But there's specific things that just like actually make you a shitty person. And if you're watching this video, if you've somehow stumbled upon this video, I don't know if it'll happen, because I really hope my community is a much better community that I'm growing than a shitty person. But if by chance it happens, I'm gonna call you out on being an asshole. Let's get into the pet peeves that we've come up with. They're not even pet peeves. Some of these are really bad. First and foremost, I will always and forever be an advocate for the service industry because I've worked in it for 7 years. Not tipping in the States. You're a dick. Point blank, period. You're an asshole. Obviously, there are going to be circumstances, so let's get into it. In the United States, it's customary to tip. The way that it is in literally every single state, and it varies on states with how much they pay their employees, but every single state, you tip 20%. That is the US custom. I know a lot of people are gonna try and fight me on this. They're gonna say it's 15 to 20. 15 is like you're upset with the service. Like it wasn't the best time. They had poor service. They weren't communicative to you. They were consistently forgetting something and it was like very clear that it was their fault, not the kitchens, not the bartenders. Or maybe they just weren't like the kindest to you, the most personable to you. It was just not the greatest experience. 15%. Don't stiff people. That's fucking rude. The way that it works is that an employer in the service industry pays their employees the bare minimum. That sucks. I don't support that. When I own a bar someday, I will pay my employees the absolute most that I can, and it's going to be charged in the food. However, that's not how it is everywhere because it's the US standard that's not how it is. Now, if you're in a right to work state, something like Idaho, they pay their employees less than minimum wage as a server. They paid them like $3.25 or something like that. And I know that because I was a server there. In that circumstance, if I had a table to come in, they sat at my table, they ate, their check was like $100 and they stiffed me on that. I am literally in my time paying taxes on their stiff. Not only that, but sometimes companies assume like they left a cash tip and they will expect you to claim 10%, even if they didn't give you anything. Make that make fucking sense. It doesn't. I don't agree with it, but in the States, you do need to tip your servers just because that's the way the States are. It's not like that other places. I understand that that's the way the States are. If you do not have money to afford a tip, don't go out to eat. If you are in your head thinking like, well, I have about $50 to spend on dinner, and you go out, first of all, if you have only $50 to spend on dinner, you should not be going out to dinner. You should be making food at home. Make the buck worth your while. Make the money stretch further because you can feed yourself more than once for $50. But say you are going out for $50 and that's your budget for the night. You can only spend $50 and you rack up a bill that's $50 and you don't tip, you're a dick. You're an asshole. get the fuck out. Do not ever go out to eat again. I'm sorry if that's harsh, but it's the truth, and every server will agree with me, because anyone that's worked in the service industry knows the type of people that come in. There's so much work to be done in the service industry, and you don't see it when you're sitting out to eat, because that is a luxury. I'm so passionate about this, I'll kind of like rein back about it. So just so you know, tipping 20% is, in my opinion, a non-negotiable. It is suggested, unfortunately, companies that put a 20% gratuity on your check, they essentially have to pay the taxes on that. There's like a whole company reasoning for it, and it's to an extent where I don't care to understand. I just know, and that I've been raised that when I go out to eat, I tip 20%, and I tip 20% minimum. So like, if someone gives me really good service and they've recommended me good drinks, they've recommended me good food, they've went above and beyond to like be super personal and kind and just genuinely a nice person to talk to while I'm out enjoying a luxury, I will give them 30%. I will give them more. Like, it just depends. 20% is my minimum for the most part. If I can tell that they're just a bad server and they don't want to communicate, maybe they have a little bit of an attitude, 15%, I'm also going to speak with the manager, because I know how it is. Food for thought, tip 20%. It's not that hard. It's not that hard. And if you disagree with it, go get a job in the restaurant industry for 6 months and then come back and talk to me, because you will never change my mind. Ever in a million years will you change my mind that a server doesn't deserve a 20% tip, okay? Number dose. Isolating someone or treating someone inconsiderately because they are unique. In this specific instant, I'm talking anyone that has like maybe a disability, or maybe is a little like socially awkward, or just isn't everybody's cup of tea to talk to. Don't treat them differently. It really pisses me off when I see someone that very clearly has something similar to like autism and people are rude about it. Like, they can't control that. Kind of makes me want to cry, because it just like, it pisses me off so much when I see young adults specifically being rude to people that are unique in those regards. And it's like, you don't know what they're going through. They're trying their best out here to fit into a world that is just super unkind. The least you could do is talk to them like they're a normal person. Show some patience, as you should with everyone, because you don't know what everyone is going through. So being inconsiderate towards people that are a little more unique in any way, shape, or form, like, I can't. I have so much disrespect for you. You're a shitty person. Be more kind to people. It's not that fucking hard. Okay, number 3, drunk drivers. You're a dick. You're an asshole. I don't like you. Drunk driving is selfish. Now, with that being said, I know people that have DUIs, and I know people that have DUIs because they got pulled over for something else and they just were like 0.005 over the limit. Like, it wasn't that they were intending to drive drunk. Maybe they had 2 drinks and they feel fine and they get a DUI. I'm not saying it's right. I'm saying that it's happened. I know people that have that, and I don't think that you're an asshole, because I don't think that you're maliciously not giving a fuck. Like, you're genuinely conscious you could drive home. It's more upon the fact of the legality of it. If you are drunk and you're feeling it, what the fuck is wrong with you that you think that you can get behind the wheel? What the actual hell? You should be planning for this before you're out drinking. And if it's like a spur of the moment, like girls were getting drinks, whatever, leave your car there, because it's not worth either your life or someone else's life or someone's loved one's life. Not worth it. It's selfish. It's rude. I cannot condone it. I loathe people that actively drive drunk and think that it's funny. I don't understand that. The amount of people that I've met that are like, will drink and drink and drink, and like legally they know that they're over the limit, but they're like, no, I'm fine. I'll probably make it home. Fuck you. Like, are you kidding me? That's so inconsiderate. You're an asshole. Don't be that way. Going along with drunk drivers, number 4 is impatient drivers. Do you know how many times, and like, I really see this in LA. I will say, I'm kind of an impatient driver when I'm driving in Boise, but that's because people are going 35 on a 55-mile-an-hour road, and they're just too scared to drive. So something like that, let's reword this. Stupid drivers, like, if you struggle to pass the driving test, what are you doing on the road? If you're too scared to drive, don't. call an Uber. If you're taking precautions to the extreme, call an Uber, hire a driver. Don't get on the road, because you're equally as harmful on the road as you are an impatient driver. Now, impatient drivers, if everyone's going the speed limit, y'all don't need to be swerving in and out. I don't care where you need to be and how fast you needed to be there. Don't do it. Like, you're gonna cause an accident. You're gonna hurt someone. And not only that, it's just like rude. It's not my fault on the road that you're running late to someone. Like, get some better time management skills. That's not that hard to do. Let the person know that you're going to be a little late. It's not the worst thing in the world. Like, would you rather be a couple minutes late to somewhere, or, you know, like, have a life on your hands? Or like be thousands of dollars in debt because you caused an accident? It's just not worth it. Stop doing it. It's not that big of a deal. Leave an hour early next time. Be extra early. Stop. Just like, please stop. Please. Number 5, excluding people purposefully, especially when you're in a friend group. So say something like you have a friend group and there's a new person that's like kind of joining the friend group, and you and your friends have all of these like really fun stories that you've gone through, and you have inside jokes, but you're not including the new person in the friend group on these stories. Ew, Regina George, get out. That is not cute. Stop doing it. That makes no one feel good. I don't understand like how people are so goddamn petty all the time. Like, it genuinely does not make any sense. And you know what? I'm gonna relate this to a TikTok video that I just watched on Drake Bell and his wife talking about the reboot of Drake and Josh, and disregard anything that has happened to Drake on set of the original Drake and Josh and everything that he's going through now, because that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking specifically, him and his wife have like a podcast, and they were talking about when Josh brought the script to them and he felt like Josh writ him as a parody. You're probably thinking like, how the fuck does this relate to your number 5? It does. I promise it does, in a sense. And him and his wife are just talking about like, they're literally talking shit on Josh. And while yes, you can have those feelings, you're in the public eye. It just seems really pick-me of you to have those feelings on air on a podcast, regardless if they make you feel some type of way or not. Shut the fuck up. Be the bigger person. Say no. Say, I don't want to do it, which he did. He said, I don't want to do this reboot, point blank period. Let it go. You don't need to have like sides. I just like, that doesn't make sense to me. Why are you actively trying to cause the drama? If you're causing drama in the public eye, you've got a lot of haters and you're just creating more. And then I feel like you're going to just be pick me about it at that point and be like, I don't know why I have so many haters. I don't understand. Like, I'm so perfect. Stop. Please stop. Please fucking stop. So relating this back to number 5, is just like, stop being so petty about shit. Stop trying to start the drama. Just be inclusive to people. Like, even if you aren't that type of person where you're trusting at first or really outgoing or like oversharing, that's fine. Just be nice. Like, don't bring up all of these memories in front of someone that's new to make them feel neglected and like they're left out on purpose. That's just rude. I don't understand when people are like that. It's just being a shitty person. So just be a kind person. Be inclusive to people, all people. Like, it's not that hard. Number 6, litterers. You fucking suck. Like, I'm not even sorry about it. Like, you suck. I'm not even gonna get into the state of how disgusting our planet is and how poorly it's being managed. But there's really just people out here living, throwing trash on the ground consistently. I was walking outside of my apartment building not too long ago, and this car like whipped up to the light, rolled down the window, and threw out like a McDonald's bag with a bunch of shit in it and a cup, and just threw out all of their trash onto the ground. And I really just like, this was me, because they were like on my left, and I was like, just continued walking, which probably I shouldn't do because you never know what people carry around here, and that's scary. But like, who do you think you are that you can just treat this planet as a freaking trash can? Doesn't make sense. Are you planning on like leaving it soon? Like, what's going on? Stop littering. It's not cute. Our planet is already like so disgusting in some areas. Like LA, I was talking to someone about this yesterday because we were talking about LA versus New York. One of my friends is from New York, and he was like hyping it up, blah blah blah, saying how some of the strips out there that are like really fun because there's so many bars, so many restaurants, and that's awesome. And I know New York is dirty, but like me and the other person, they were like, LA just doesn't have that. Like, it's so big. While that is true that it's big, but like we can't have it because it turns into absolute garbage. And I was like, look at the Hollywood Strip. It has so much potential, smells like piss. So many homeless people. You can't seem to get that under control. So it actually is like so disgusting, so nasty and touristy and schemy and grimy. Like, I just don't understand. Like, if a place is too big, people treat it like trash. They treat it like a freaking amusement park, and they treat it like trash. And that really pisses me off, because I'm like, you know how many cool experiences we could have if we were just like all nicer and didn't litter? Just stop it. Number 7. We have 9 of these, by the way. Leaving mean comments on the internet. Ew. What is this? What is this? We're in 2024 now. You think that we would just like have a way to just immediately block? I don't know. I think that it's so stupid. Like, why would you ever want to just hurt someone's feelings purposefully? Like, it just doesn't make sense. I don't care if you hate them or not. Like, why are you just out here being mean on the internet, hiding behind your screen? It just really doesn't, I don't get it. I don't understand why people leave mean comments. I'm not even talking about like on my videos or handling the hate. It's not that. I don't think that there should be so much hate, because I think it's actually ridiculous. When someone's out here creating a video that's going on the internet, that takes so much time and planning and editing and filming and care and like creativeness and encouragement, and there just so much goes into it. That's pretty ballsy for someone to just like post something on the internet that's being pretty vulnerable, and you have people commenting trying to hurt them. And I'm like, okay, then you fucking do it. You go ahead. You do it. You're not going to. Be nicer to people on the internet. Like, I don't understand why we still are doing that. Like, you're a shitty person. Stop doing it. Okay, number 8. This is an obvious one. Being mean to animals. I don't really feel like I need to go into this much, but I will. One time I was walking down Hollywood Boulevard, and in front of my old apartment, I watched this guy, this like tall guy, kind of looked like a gang member. I'm not gonna lie, he probably was. It's Hollywood. Kick his dog. This itty bitty little like teeny tiny wiener dog. Kick him. I immediately started crying. I'm probably gonna tear up right now, but I'm gonna try and shut it down. I was so upset. I walked upstairs and like vented about it, because Isaiah watched it too, and it just was so heartbreaking. And it really makes me think about how the way we treat animals, because neglect is still abuse, and I fucking hate it when people are mean to animals. Point blank period. I really wanted to go take the dog from him, or at least tell him off, but you know, like I said before, you don't know what people are carrying around here, and you gotta be watching out for yourself at the end of the day, which is scary. I am such an animal lover, and you know what? I didn't used to consider myself that hardcore of an animal lover before, because like I'm pretty much vegetarian nowadays, and it's not even because of the process of like what they do to animals, but every time I think about it, when I'm like about to eat meat, or if I do, it sends me into a spiral, honestly. I'm the type of person that like I won't even leave my cats alone for more than a couple hours, because it like breaks my heart, because I feel like they think that I'm neglecting them, even though that's probably not the case. I know cats are very self-sufficient, but like when I go out of town, someone's staying with my cats to take care of them. I'm not putting them in a kennel. I'm not having someone just check in on them every once in a while. Like, I'm fully hiring someone to stay at my house to watch my cats, because I can't stand the thought of them just like being at home being like, where's mom and dad? That hurts my heart. Okay, lastly, number 9, being rude to any kind of staff of any kind. Doesn't make sense. And this comes to me with this thought in mind, is like, one time I was working at my fitness club job, and like it's a very easy job, it's very entry level. Do it because it's a nice environment. And I was up at the front desk, and this woman came up to the front desk and was like, hey, I'm a guest of blah blah blahs. And I was like, okay, amazing, can I get your ID? Like, I have to check them in because security purposes. Like, what if they were to come onto the premises and I didn't check them in, and they like stole some really expensive thing? I would be in trouble, right? So we check people in. I grab her ID. I don't even know if I was like trying to make small talk. I couldn't find her name at first, so I asked her to show me the email that she got from receiving a guest pass, because again, it's a members only fitness club, not just gonna allow anyone in here. She was like, I just don't understand why this is even a big deal. Like, why would I even need to do this? She's got so many guest passes regardless, because it was a guest of an instructor. And I was like, well, it's just policy, like I do have to do it. Like, being light and like nonchalant about the situation, because typically if you're just kind to the person, they start to feel bad and they'll start being nicer. She like goes to find the email, I grab her ID and she shows me the email, so I'm like checking her in as a guest, and I was like, what's your email? And she goes, I'm not giving you that. And I was like, it's policy, like I have to have it, unfortunately. Like, you're not gonna receive any type of gym emails trying to get you to sign up. It's literally for security purposes. And I was like trying to get her email and her phone number, and she was like, I'm not giving you that. And she was like, fine, I'll give you a fake, and like gives me the fake. She starts being so rude to me, and I literally said this. I was like, I don't understand why you're trying to be so rude to me. I'm literally helping you out. What the fuck is wrong with you? You're just giving attitude to someone at the front desk. Bitch, I'm making minimum wage. I am not getting paid enough to deal with your dumbass and your rude personality. Like, that's what you pay your therapist for. I was so like shaken about it because I just hate when people are rude unnecessarily. Doesn't make sense to me. I do not hold my emotions back with it, and I wish I denied her access because I could have, and I didn't know that I could have. So like I got her fake information and like let her pass through. I did tell my managers about it because it was just like rude. Why are you doing? There's literally no benefit to just being rude to wait staff. If anything, if you're nice to them, they're gonna give you extra shit. They're gonna give you free stuff. They're gonna make a good connection with you so that maybe the next time you come into wherever you're staying, wherever you're eating, wherever you're getting your nails done, your hair done, literally anything at all, they're gonna give you a better experience next time because you were so kind to them. I really just don't see the loss on being kind to someone. Really don't get it. I don't understand when people are rude to the wait staff or staff in general. Does not make sense. You're literally putting a target on your back, and everybody in the vicinity is talking shit on you at that point. And what's that gonna get you? Being more insecure? Being more upset with yourself? Like, clearly it's a reflection of your own insecurities that you're implementing on someone else, and I'm sorry for that, but like, we all have to do the work at some point in time, you know? So be better. Stop being so shitty. Okay, well, that's all my notes for today. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel so you can watch more videos like this. I'm probably gonna do a part 2 because I know that I could come up with some more ideas on how to just be a better person. So this is your reminder to just not be a shitty person in public today. You are one in a million. Treat yourself as such, but also be humble about it in a sense of like, be kind to people. This is everyone's first time doing life, regardless if you believe in multiple lives or not, but like, we're all trying to figure it out together. Just be kind to people. That's it. Okay, well, I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. I'm sorry if I came off a little aggressive. I was just really passionate about being a kind person. So thanks so much for watching. If you want to check out my other socials for a little bit more of daily inspiration, daily motivation, productivity tips, and disciplinary action tips, I will link them in the description box below. But thank you so much for watching. I appreciate it so much, truly. Bye!